We know that our county-wide system has suffered through a lack of trust. Whether it's warranted or not can be argued all day long, but that trust level just keeps people from even thinking the issues all the way through. And then they see a simple concept of no new taxes. They don't have to articulate an argument. All they have to do is say, nope, nope, nope. We don't have a good argument, so we're saying no.
I understand the gravity of the situation that we're facing here, being downtown. There's quite a bit of crime. And I've actually helped solve a few of them, and it is a lot of hard work. And they do need funds, so I'm not here saying I'm not willing to pay anything. But I have some concerns. As you had mentioned, growing up in the Valley, a lot of people do go to Costco in Medford to shop. And quite frequently in my shop, I hear people say that. They go, we'll go into Medford and we'll just buy it there while we're in Medford. And I have to convince them to buy it while they're here. And in the coin and gold bullion and silver bullion part of my business, on an $1,100 coin, I might make $20. Well, the city's going to make $20 too. So for me, it's a 50% tax on those items. I have people that walk out of my shop on bullion, for example, if they're going to buy an ounce of silver and I'm a nickel over a shop in Medford, since they're going to buy 100 of them, they're going to wait until they go to Medford on their trip to Costco, and they're going to stop into one of the shops there, and they're going to buy it there. Now, and another thing that concerns me too is a lot of the data that's being used, like the census data. There's a good possibility that they're including online sales, because I know that in my online sales part of my business, we do quite a bit. It's probably 75% of my business now. It used to be 10%, but it continues to go up. And if they're including that data, that won't be revenue that you'll get from this tax. And that's a very serious thing to consider, because if it passes, it is going to do damage. I mean, from an economic perspective, we can't say that it's not going to do damages to the small business. It is. I was in Ashland when they passed the 5% mills tax. And the reason, and I'm not advocating, by the way, a mills tax in Grants Pass, because I think the demographic here is different, and the reason they passed it in Ashland is different. They passed the mills tax because it was something that was avoidable by the local community. In other words, if you lived in Ashland, you could still shop in Ashland, and you could avoid the mills tax by not going out to eat a prepared meal. You could shop at your local store, and it was tax-free. Now, they were thinking about doing a general sales tax, and it was much lower than the 5% mills tax. Ooh, I'm getting close.
Got 30 seconds.
Okay. But there was a lot of outrage on that, because there was a large number of people already traveling to Medford from Ashland, and those numbers would increase. So this tax would kill my business. There's no doubt about it, because you're taking half of my commission basically as a tax. And 11 seconds. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I hope you take into consideration what I've said, because it's very serious what's being considered here. It's not something to take lightly. Thanks for listening.
All they have to do is say nope, nope, nope. We don't have a good argument, so we're saying no.
The 7 task force members, 5 of those are likely to be exempt. But in addition, according to what I saw today from Jay's slide, unique exemptions when the point of service is outside Grants Pass. I did a calculation. I was trying to just kind of target some of the businesses and how much they pay, and I chose Hellgate as one of those because Robert was on the committee. I was thinking, okay, Hellgate will probably pay $500,000 to $750,000 a year in this sales tax with the number of people. I was calculating the 70,000 people that he said he sends down the river. But from that slide today, when the point of service is outside Grants Pass, his point of service is outside of Grants Pass. He's exempt. So now you have one that is on that list. I want to point out the Chamber of Commerce supports public safety. We worked really hard in the last 2 ballot elections to get the public safety measures passed. It's really important to us. It's important to our businesses. I support the idea of giving the juvenile justice system open. I think that's a terrific idea. I think it'll help alleviate a lot of the pressure. I don't support the idea of you taking a $3 million debt, and that's what you're asking to do. I was a little tiny business person. We did $2 million a year in our business, and if you'd asked me to take on $20,000 in debt, I would have questioned that. The city is now asking you to take on $3 million in additional debt by passing this. Your $5 million for your $1.79, the extra $1 million they're getting with public safety, and they need a total of $8 million. They're asking you to take on additional debt. That's a lot of dollars, and look at your overall budget. Looking at from a budget point of view, that's a big risk. Speaking of risk, city government employees don't take any risk on a daily basis on their paychecks. Businesses take risk every single day. They can't set budgets. You can't set a budget for a business and think it's going to work out at the end of the year, because it doesn't. You adjust as you go. So these businesses are at risk every single day. I ask you, the city councilors that have worked hard the past 5 years, since 2009, when there was a recall, I ask you to vote no on this. I ask you, please bring this community together. We need to unite, not divide, and that's what you're doing to us as a business community. Just say no. Either resolution, neither one of them works well.
All they have to do is say nope, nope, no. We don't have a good argument, so we're saying no.
Hi, my name is Richard Emmons. I'm a resident of the city of Grants Pass and glad to be one. To the mayor and the council and the staff, I appreciate this time to speak to all of you. I want to speak to the issue of uncertainty, and Colleen spoke to it to a degree, but just when you're in business, you have so much uncertainty today just from the federal, state, and now the local government. At the federal level, we've been dealing with Obamacare and the impact on providing benefits to our employees or even to our own selves. Tremendous uncertainty. At the state level, they just passed mandatory sick leave. This is a big uncertainty for businesses. This past week, I had a workman's comp audit at my business. 6 months ago, I had an unemployment audit. Would we be looking forward to sales tax audits? See, there's uncertainty revolving this whole sales tax issue. Because even if it doesn't pass, there's still going to be uncertainty in the minds of potential businesses of whether or not to start a business in Grants Pass. Because we've seen with the public safety levy at the county level, it's the Energizer Bunny. It comes back, and it comes back, and it comes back. I would say put a stake in it. Kill this idea of a sales tax. This is a rogue tax that we don't need. When someone wants to start a business in downtown Grants Pass, they often have to sign a 3 to 5 year lease. They're signing their name that even if their business fails, they still have to pay that rent. And they really have no idea whether or not this sales tax is going to hurt their business or not make any difference. It certainly doesn't help their business. It doesn't make us a place people want to come to. So I really want you to think about the uncertainty that a sales tax would do. And I can appreciate from the city standpoint wanting a permanent tax rather than a temporary tax, because a permanent tax would eliminate some of the city's uncertainty. I can appreciate them wanting that, but it would add tremendous uncertainty to the business community. And a little bit of uncertainty in a business keeps you on your toes. The retail store owners need to understand, what are my consumers going to want to buy? What color shirt should I buy, or handbags, whatever they sell? They have to look out in the future and think, what do they want to buy? Tremendous uncertainty. So I would trade a little bit of uncertainty at the city level to eliminating a tremendous amount of uncertainty at the city business level. Let's not kill the golden goose. 20 years ago, we stopped the road from going through 6th and 7th Street and turning the massive highway. Let's not kill the downtown with a sales tax. Thank you for listening.
Nope, nope, no. We don't have a good argument, so we're saying no.
My name is Indra Nicholas. I live in the city. I also own a business in the city. I'm just really confused. It seems so complicated with all the exemptions and everything. I voted for the safety levy, so I know there's a real need for safety and changes in our community. My car was stolen once in the last 3 years, burglarized twice, fairly close to here. So something needs to be done. I'm just wondering, I'm not sure if I'm exempt or not. I have an in-home care agency, so we have caregivers that go into seniors' homes and provide care there. We're non-medical. That was an exemption. We're not an elder care facility where seniors come to live. So it looks like I would be a business, a service that would be taxed. We generate quite a bit of revenue, 3.5 million a year, because there's a huge need here. We have over 100 and probably 50 employees, caregivers, and staff in the area. I could not absorb the tax amount, so that would need to be passed on to our clients who are seniors, some of whom there's that $1,000 cap for big item, but we're not a big item. 80% of our clients have services 3 to 7 days a week and pay up to $7,500 a month if they're receiving 24-hour care. So is there a cap on that, or are they going to pay these huge taxes because of the care they need? So please take that. I'm nervous, sorry. Please take that into consideration. We're a retirement community. There's a huge need for senior care, and what would be the cost on our seniors? Thank you.
We don't have a good argument, so we're saying no.
Yeah, Tom Hart, live out in the county but have property and business in Grants Pass. The other day, I came to the forum the other day, and one of the things that struck me was that Mr. Kippick was asked what the person that was performing the consultation thought as far as what it would affect business negatively and if any of them may cease to exist. He said they really didn't know. And the other day, on Saturday, I walked from G to I on the various side streets and counted 16 vacancies. There was one that just was a 20-year business that just closed last week. And it's been, for a lot of businesses downtown, a struggle for the last 10 years or so. And this is just simply something that is going to obviously negatively affect a lot of businesses. It's not the amount of the tax, it's the perception of the tax. Most of my customers, not most of them, but a lot of them do come from Jacksonville, Medford, California. And I know a lot of those would just bypass Grants Pass because they perceive, well, gee, why should I shop at a town that charges me a sales tax that's going to penalize me for shopping there? So I appreciate what you're doing. I was a little, I wish that the task force, or there might have been 2 or 3 different task force to look at different options rather than just simply one option. I think it'd be nice to have more than one choice on the ballot. But anyway, hopefully you'll do the right thing and we won't lose any more businesses downtown.
Nope. We don't have a good argument, so we're saying no.
My name's Ben Pearson. Just something to consider. We sell building materials. A lot of our competition, some of our main competition is in the county. A lot of distributors in Medford currently deliver to Grants Pass, would love to have additional market share here. Given the fact that a lot of our customers would be opposed to paying the sales tax, we may not even get a chance to bid for that business. Or building material margins are very slim, and 2% would be enough to cause us to lose some of that business. So I would hope you would consider that as part of the decision.
We don't have a good argument, so we're saying no.
Rob Pell, live in Grants Pass, have a business here, a couple of properties here. I want to make one more clarification on something Jay said earlier, is that on the makeup of the task force, there was one more member. The fellow who owns Elegance was talked about as being a retailer, but my understanding is more than half of his business, being beer and wine, is also exempt. So everyone on the task force at one level or another was exempt. And the guy who's got the jet boat business, he's got no real competing business in Medford that he has to worry about. There are no jet boats in Medford. So really, no one on the task force is really substantially impacted by this, just to be clear. I'd also, for anybody, and maybe Aaron Kubrick or others, I mean, Tom Hart, who just spoke, I mean, his family's had a business here for 50 years. Okay, I've had a business for 20 years. I spoke this morning with Norm Jesse, who's had a business here since 1955. Okay, these are the people who actually know what it is to sell retail around here. The Chamber of Commerce people also know this. And these are the experts. I don't see anyone on the council who really has any retail experience. No big deal. You just don't have it. You have other areas of expertise. Okay? You should be asking and listening carefully to what the people who have the expertise. And what those people say is people around here are very, very price conscious. There is no maybe about it. We heard it from the guy with the gold also. I've had people who leave my store because I don't have a manufacturer's coupon for $1 or $2. They're going to go somewhere else. Now, I've had probably 500,000 transactions in my store in the last 12 years or so. I'm on the floor a lot of the time. I have a lot of experience with it. Okay? I don't really believe that the council has really heard, certainly not from the task force, they didn't hear from people like that. We heard from Jay how many people come into the city every day, but getting back to, I think, where Lily might have been going, was that, I'd like to know how many Costco members there are in Josephine County. I'd like to know how many people in GP or in Josephine County work in Medford and leave every day. I'd like to know how many people from Josephine County go to Jackson County once or twice a month. In other words, how many people could buy in Jackson County without spending one more penny in gas money? How many of those? Because I know it's human nature. If people are already there, they will buy 3 or 4 or 5 more things if they're already there and it's tax-free. And like Tom Hart said, and Norm Jesse this morning said, it's a matter of perception. We'll be a taxed island in a tax-free state. It is a huge gamble. You're gambling with my income, you're gambling with my house, you're gambling with my ability to send my grandkids to college. Would any of you gamble your own retirement, your own house, or your own lifestyle? Because if you wouldn't, having me gamble with mine would be unconscionable. Thank you.
I do expect that it would be a chance for the voter to be more engaged this year in the campaigns of our county commissioners and of our 4 city council seats, because it's important who sits up here, and it's important who sits over there at the county.